I went to the Mansfield Drive-In Flea Market in Mansfield, Connecticut to look around and buy some comics, and here is what I got. I saw a guy who had a couple Star Wars comic books, and I was flipping through them. He goes, "Oh, I have more back here if you're interested," and I was, because he didn't have like good Star Wars that I was interested in. So I was flipping through the other stack that he had, and I picked up these three. I like this issue. It's a very early Justice League, and I like how they used to do the issues. They're kind of like simple, but like had a lot going on in a way. So you've got like your heroes and villains, and like the hero with their villain. Will, who's been a guest on the show, we were picking through to try and see who each villain was. So it's like, yeah, they've got Martian Manhunter and Dr. Light, and Batman and Penguin, and Flash and Captain Boomerang. But when we get to Aquaman, like, it's random eye patch guy. He's a pirate, I guess. And Superman and Luthor, obviously. But then it's like Hawkman and guy with sunglasses, I guess. So I haven't read it yet. It didn't cost me too much.
Man, doesn't it? Doesn't he wear glasses like that?
Yeah, it's E.L. O'Brien. I thought maybe. I don't know why he'd still be a bad guy, though, before he gets his powers. It's true. It's not, like, amazing. It's got tape on it to like, help a tear that's there. So, it's not one that I got for the value. But it's because, like, it's just one of those interesting dynamics. Oh, they're all in jail. Look at that. This is the first time I'm flipping through, by the way. But it's one of those finds, because you don't always have to get stuff for its value. You can get stuff just because it looks fun. It's, you know, it's a little bit historic, and like shows you what comics were back in the day. So that was a fun grab from that guy. Also in that set, I got 3 issues from him. A really early Ms. Marvel. This is issue number 4. I'm not a huge fan. What I like is that from her early series, she's wearing this costume, and it's the costume that Norman Osborn makes Moonstone wear in the Dark Avengers Thunderbolts run, and so like that's poor Moonstone keeps having to pretend to be Ms. Marvel. Plus, there's rumors that Ms. Marvel's going to be in Avengers 2, so there's a chance that early issues of her appearances and her solo title might go up in value. So this is one that I would be interested in. Like I'd list it later on and sell it if she shows up in the movies, which are being so successful now. And same guy. I'm not a huge fan of Submariner, but it's a really nice Doctor Doom cover. And sometimes the problem with covers with a lot of white on them, they get very dirty. This one, like, there's some discoloring on the edges. There's very few white cover comic books that get high grades because it's just so easy to pick up dirt and like see errors and flaws in them. But yeah, so it was about the characters that would be in it. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of Submariner, but like it's got good Doctor Doom stuff, and I figure you really can't go wrong with him. He had stickers on these. And, you know, we negotiated down a bit. I talked him down to, he gave me a price of $25 for all 3. I thought about it and offered him a 20 spot, and so we settled on that. He also had a stack of like 25 issues of the Max from Image. It's not an amazing find, but I didn't know that the Max went up to like issues in the 30s or 34, 35. I thought it like stopped around 15. But he had enough where it would have been worth getting the entire lot to see if I could get a full set or a full run. But he wanted too much for the full set because I would have started at 25 and bargained him up to. I would have started at 20, bargained him up to 25, and he was like starting at 50. So we were nowhere near the same page, which is too bad. Sometimes that happens. You think you know what the price you want to pay is, and they know what they want to get for it, or they may have paid something completely different. Later on, I was wandering around, found someone who basically had like a lot of random stuff, and I found these 2 issues, and they had maybe 100 comics total, and like it was one of the people like the comics were just in a tote, they were in a bin, because they figured they might have bought them for 50 cents a piece, or the whole box for $5, and trying to get something out of them. it was basically an issue of they didn't know what they had. So this one here is the first appearance of Doomsday. It's not perfect, like I said. It was just in a tote where like someone looks at them and like they'll just pick up the whole set and like they're floppy with them, and with something good is in there, there's not a good chance it'll survive and like come out in mint condition. You just got to accept that when you go to flea markets or get something from auctions and stuff like that. You don't know who owned it before you. So only $1 to get the first appearance of Doomsday. The corner is a bit bent, but you know that'll flatten out once it gets in a decent comic book or a decent bag and board and whatnot. And if you've never seen the fight between Superman and Doomsday, there's also trades that you could get to get like, the full story.
What year was that?
What year was it? 92. This was 1992. So it's one of the covers that I could recognize. Also, again, it's one of the classic interacting with the title. And like you can't even tell it's Doomsday because this is when he got locked away in like a prison asteroid kind of thing. And then conversely, there was a joke between myself and Will that we'd never seen this cover before, even though it's been out since 1993. I mean, people who like know comics a lot might be scoffing at me, being like, "I've never seen it." But this is the issue that came in the white bag with the Superman, the symbol on it. Because when Superman died, it was the black bag with the bloody S. When he came back, he had the white bag with the red S. So this is what is inside the white bag. Because I've never opened the bag myself, and I never, tried to see what the issue was until when I had to look it up. And a day before I went to the flea market, Will sends me a picture of this issue, and I was like, "Oh, you got it!" And it's not even in the bag. So that was fun. And then I saw it, and I was like, "Now I need one too." So, but this is the official return of Superman, and also having to deal with the other 4 that showed up to take his place. So I mean, I haven't read it yet. I don't know if I'm gonna, but it's one of those things. You could go to any store or like flea market auction lot, and like there's a chance you'll see a stack of the white bags with a Superman symbol, the Superman Returns. They're not super rare. In the 90s, the companies realized that like they're a big thing. We'll put out a lot of issues, more issues than we could possibly actually sell, and they were rare for a little while. But ultimately, there's too many for them to be of like insane value. So yeah, there's a chance you'll find a lot of these. I just wanted it because I hadn't seen it before, and it's not in the bag. That might sound silly. I don't care. This one I was skeptical about. It was in a box, a few other issues. The guy had a lot of toys, a lot of old style toys. It's not in very good condition at all. Like there's a rip in the cover. The staples are all shot. It's a mess. He also had issues that were completely missing covers, and I was like, "Well, what's your price on these?" Because I went through and I set this one off to the side, and it was 50 cents. I will pay 50 cents for this issue any day of the week. Early on, DC had too many characters, too many properties, and they didn't have a way to combine all of them because they didn't exist in the same place at the same time, and it was kind of a confusing mess, which is when DC said, "There's multiple Earths. There's Earth 1 and Earth 2 and all these things." So this is one of the issues when they start mixing and matching, combining them, interacting. So it's the JSA Earth 1 meeting up with Uncle Sam and the Freedom Fighters. I don't recall what other alternate Earth they're from. But it's interesting, and I like the concept, and it's an early example of like DC trying to meld all their properties together. I own like the first time the JSA and JLA met and combined, and like this is just another like neat thing to add to that. In this issue, I'm gonna take a minute to look up when it was printed. 73 again, 1973. So this is at least 40, maybe, I can't math right now, 40, 50 years old. It's going to be rare to find one in like very good condition, like mint condition. It's very tough to find. It's not even attached to the cover anymore, is it?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No.
But it's, at some point, you just gotta decide if you want something to preserve it and have it be nice, or you want something because it's interesting, it looks cool, and it's like, it's a part of history. I don't really care what condition this is in, because it's a neat thing that I get to own now. And that's really why I got it. Just because of knowing like what the business used to be and what the business used to do. And it's one of the earliest examples of them doing that, and like combining forces, crossing different Earths. So I couldn't resist, and it's not even a full $1. It's 50 cents. I can't get a soda for that much.